Here are some of the top 3 anime that are very similar or loosely linked to Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3. We start off with the closest connection in terms of the world building, which is Chainsaw Man. Chainsaw Man is the story of Denji, a devil hunter accompanied by a devil trying to survive his poverty-stricken life by working for a shadow mob boss. One day, this mob boss gets tricked by a devil after trying to work with it to gain more power and is killed alongside his entire crew with Denji himself. The devil then trades their own life and decides to sacrifice its own heart to give Denji a heart so that one day they could live a normal life together, and turns him into a half-devil. He vows to have a normal life in honor of his friend by becoming a public safety agent so that they can get with Makima, which is part of his long journey to finally being normal and getting a real girlfriend. The similarities exist with him joining a devil hunting group like Yuji with Jujutsu Kaisen Academy. Denji gains the power of a devil by fusing with one, like how Yuji started with Sukuna. Aki, later a friend of Denji, is very similar to Megumi, especially with the ability to summon. The dynamic of power, Aki and Denji is like the entire group of Yuji. However, they are very different from one another, especially with power being very different to the other characters within Jujutsu Kaisen. And the fact that the devils grow in power from being feared is very much how like curses become stronger from negative emotion. The second is Black Clover with far less similarities. It is a story about Asta, who wants to become Wizard King but is not born with any magical power, but fortunately finds a grimoire that grants him a sword that can nullify magic. With his new ability, he joins the Black Bulls Guild, who are a group of outcasts like him, to fight mages, demons, and climb the ranks to finally reach his dream. The similarities between him and Yuji are their strong physical powers from birth. They both have evil entities dwelling inside their bodies, helping them empower them and sometimes mess up their own plans. They both are unique within their world and are subject of study for many groups and are sometimes hunted for what's inside of them. They both fight evil entities, with Asta fighting demons and Yuji fighting demon-like creatures, which are curses. The last is Sentenced to be a Hero, which has the least number of connections. The story is about an undying hero, Xylo, who is tasked to follow the orders of the temple and military to sacrifice his life for others. He's forced into this position after being cursed to be a penal hero. A penal hero is someone who committed vicious crimes according to the temple and is turned into a slave hero that must follow orders or their necks basically explode and they die. However, they do not stay dead as they continuously resurrect, but every single time they do, they are returned in a worse state with a less personality and lost memories. He must now stay alive with an interesting group of heroes and soldiers and another very entertaining character. I don't want to spoil it, but she's quite entertaining, while listening to orders that put him and his group in danger and continually risk their life because again, they can resurrect. Throughout this entire journey, he then tries to uncover the mysteries with his group and the entire corruption of the temple. However, season 1 is all about establishing how everything works and how difficult that is going to be for them. The only similarities that exist in this story is the hero gaining a foreign power to catapult their fame and standing in the world, the brutal nature of both worlds, as well as the style of the story, and Yuji and Xylo hunt down demon-like creatures, with Xylo actually hunting down demon lords and Yuji curses. All 3 of these stories are very entertaining, brutal, and incredibly well animated.